Believe in the light and believe in sharing your light. More important, believe in the light in you. Believe in sharing your light in our community, our province, our nation, and our world. Tonight we gather on this longest night of the year, a year that has been less than ideal for many of us. 2020 has seen unprecedented times in our world. We have had enormous losses. We are lonely. We are scared. We are alone. We have lost so much. We have grief. We have loss. It was in our time of great loss that my friends here, Karma, Diane, and Simone, joining me this evening, and others, found each other. We had each lost our soulmates. We had experienced great loss. From those losses, together, we found belief in a light forward. My name is Kim LaWarren. This is Karma Buskowski, Diane McCauley, and Simone Potter. 7 years ago, in a newly created Widows Support Group here at Central United, we lit candles on the longest night of the year, often called a Blue Christmas service. Tonight, we join together with all of you who are joining us, either on WCG TV, online through YouTube, or through social media. And we will share light and hope for brighter tomorrows. We believe in sharing our light, light for this time of great darkness, for our losses, for our healthcare providers, light for our families and for our friends, for our neighbors and the incredible acts of kindness, for our frontline workers, for the grieving and for those who are suffering, for our community and our world, light for a new vaccine and for its safe distribution. And the lists go on and on. So tonight, we hope that you have brought a light with you to this time. Or after we close, we ask that you find yourself a light. Gather a candle, your cell phone, a flashlight, or jump in your car and shine your headlights brightly, whatever you come across first, or that you have brought with you to our time together. Light them, and please share them with us online after. We will light a candle for our collective losses. From this light, we hope that all of you will join us in shedding and sharing your light for our going forward from this darkest night of the year into a new year, a new life, a new beginning. Diane will light a candle for our collective losses.
The flame of a candle touches us in a unique way. Maybe we've discovered how to harness electricity and light a bulb, but we haven't found a way to capture the beauty and the wonder of a simple flame which can stir us to the core. Let us take a moment to name our losses tonight on this winter solstice. Our longest night of this year, 2020, a year that many of us would love to forget. We understand that for some of you here, there have been joy, but also a huge loss. If you've brought candles to this time, you may want to light candles for each of your losses that you name, if that feels right in your heart. Naming your losses and feelings can help us to heal. We have lost loved ones, some to COVID-19. Many losses complicated by COVID-19. Some died after a full, long life, and some before their full stories could be told, and some died in tragic, seemingly senseless manners. We've lost our freedom. We've lost social gatherings and times together. There's always been a singular need of the human race to be together. Tribes, families, teams, communities, provinces, countries, we gather for protection, for the common good, for support, for entertainment, for shared visions and goals for comfort. Gathering becomes even more important at those moments in life when we stop to acknowledge milestones, birthdays, holidays, reunions, and graduations. We have an innate drive to be with others and believe that these events are not properly recognized until the significant people in our experience share them with us. This is especially true at times of struggle and sorrow. Our first inclination are to go, to commune, to hug, to share stories, to break bread together, to remember, and just to be together. During this unique and unsettled time in the history of the world, we are prevented, or at least slowed down, from following these natural instincts. How can we get together and do honor to our desires and our traditions without others, or with only very limited number of people surrounding us, while we are still respecting the pandemic and preventing its spread? So we are called upon to be together in a way that we are allowed, to trust the power and mystery of spirit that will join our hearts and minds together, to call upon the best feelings inside each of us, to make an extra effort to remember long after these days are gone, because we can create community even when we are isolated.
We have lost personal touch. We long for hugs and for warm embraces, even a pat on the back from a passerby. We have lost incomes. We have lost businesses. Many have lost their jobs, and our sense of security is shattered. Some of us have lost our faith. How can this be happening in our world? For some, relationships have ended, or they feel like they are crumbling. There will be many, many more losses that we have not mentioned here tonight. Acknowledging them is important. We ask now that you take a moment to name and acknowledge your losses, either to a family member in your household that you're gathered with tonight, out loud so that you hear it yourself, or silently. Let us take a quiet moment to acknowledge our losses and to name them and our grief, followed by prayer. Let us enter this quiet moment. Dear God of troubled hearts, on this longest night, there is a gathering of friends and community who are feeling lonely and alone They are sad that they cannot be together with their family and their friends. They may be in disbelief that things are so very different this year. They wish to hold on to each other, but our times have determined that this is not possible in these moments. They search for answers, for solace, for a promise of peace and life that is just a little more normal. Help each of them as they navigate the holidays and the cold, lonely nights that are still ahead. We ask for wisdom in our journeys as we try to be present from afar to each other in a unique and special ways as each heart navigates their way on this grief path. For this we give thanks. Amen.
Remember that you are not alone. Grief and feelings of loss are unique as our fingerprints. We all have them. As grief guru Megan Devine's book, which is titled "It's Okay Not to Be Okay," says, it is okay to feel your loss and your grief and not be okay. We should not judge. We are here for you. Each of us in our own unique way and as a community here tonight and for our going forward, believe it is good to acknowledge the pain in our darkness. We hope that in gathering together and in shedding and sharing our lights to tomorrow, you will find hope, some comfort, and a little peace. Now, as we stare at this flame representing our losses, the brightness of the light represents to us the hope and the light for our paths forward.
A friend posted this quote on social media, and it spoke to me. James Keller says, "A candle loses nothing by lighting another candle." As each of us loses nothing by sharing our light and our hopes that we have inside with one another tonight and in our going forward. So on this longest night of the year, let us light candles to shed our light for our way forward out of this darkness into a new year full of hope and light for brighter tomorrows for all. Candles are important in our existence. We light them for special events, for birthdays, for holidays, for reverent moments of worship, for quiet times at home. There is something very powerful and peaceful about the light that reflects back into our souls. Today, to bring us all together, we are going to share this light, to create a sacred space of reflection and of memories, to send thoughts across the miles that can be felt by everyone joining us. As each of us lights a candle together, we trust in the power of spirit and the connectedness that brings us together. We promise to hold our lights up from this day forward, to spread that warmth to each person that we're thinking of. Let this world know that being alone does not keep us from being together.
Let us light a candle for our belief in this light. Light in the darkness for new growth from our darkness, for healthcare professionals, for our frontline workers, for a brighter tomorrow.
Let us light a candle for the magic of the season. For our grief and for our mourning. For times when we can safely gather together again in numbers. Light for the warm embraces. For our loved ones in personal care homes and in our hospitals. For all those who are grieving, longing to celebrate their loved ones' lives with others, we believe that it is never too late or too often to celebrate a life. Please gather together again when it is safe to do so, to honor your loved one.
Light for those who are homeless or have lost their way. For those who are battling depression, addictions, and so much more. For our families and our friends, light for tears of healing which sanitize our souls. Believe in the light. Let your light shine brightly to all whose hearts you touched in this world. Believe in the light. Believe in the power of sharing your light. But most of all, believe in you.
As we close our time together here tonight, we encourage you to go from here and to shine your light. Shine it safely always. And if it feels right in your heart, please share a photo of your lightings with us on social media or online. We are in this together. We are a community. Even if we are gathered together virtually, you are not alone. Post your photo of your light so that others know that they are not alone. Our widows group found strength in sharing our pain together. We saw a light forward. We know that you will too, if you only believe. A friend of mine posted this to social media, and it's from a website called Healing Light, and I think it is so very powerful. And I quote, "Never underestimate your light. It may be your light that leads others out of the darkness. Believe in the light. Believe in the power of sharing your light. But most of all, please, please, always believe in you." May God bless.